All right, now let me show you my own personal LinkedIn account because it has been filled out over the years and there's a lot of information that's on there that is public to everyone who uses LinkedIn. So I want to show you how my profile is set up and break it down for you even further to show you what benefits I have for having a very filled out profile. So we're actually logged in under my name. You can see my avatar photo, my headshot, is in both spots. And depending on your browser, it might kick you out a few times. So I am going to log back in, and here I am again, just because of my mouse. So let's take a look at what my profile says. So I'm going to go to Profile, and we're going to see what my profile looks like to everyone who is on LinkedIn, who's logged into LinkedIn can see. So when you find my name, Timothy F. McKenna, you're going to find this information about me. It has my title and the company that I work for. It also lists my location and the field that I work in. It lists both jobs that I have, my daytime job at Pennsylvania Academy of Family Physicians and my freelance. And it also lists some previous places I had worked at as well. And you can see these are all links. And what will happen is that you'll actually click on these and it'll jump down to the section of where they're at on my profile. So, and you're also going to see the last place I went to school at. So I went to several different schools and it's listing the last educational institute that I actually attended. So I could click to improve my profile or edit, and I can also be asked to be recommended, create profile in another language. Improve your profile lets you do a couple of things. It actually creates this blue box at the top, and it asks me several things. This is your current position. Well, yes, I do freelance under that name. And then what happens then is that it will keep asking me all sorts of questions here, and it'll actually verify my profile information. What organizations do you support? I can start typing in a bunch of different organizations, and there it starts to dynamically feed me some names of what I'm already starting to type in. So I can do that. I could skip it, and I can also say if there's any certifications. I can keep going through this, and what this does is if I add anything, it'll actually add to those sections. So I do have certifications already, and I can show you what that looks like. If I was to click yes to this, it's going to ask me for the certification name and more information about it, and it'll dynamically add it to my profile. So I'm going to click X on here, and as you can see, my profile strength is pretty high, all-star. I've been using LinkedIn now for about 5 years, so I really hope that it's higher up there. So let's take a look more of my profile here. You can see all my updates, things that I have posted, things that I have actually commented on, or things that I have liked. So you see all my information here through recent updates, and I can hide that here. Background information, just some information about who I am, where I work, and some of the stuff that I do. You can write this up any way that you want. I just happen to write it in a very, as a matter of fact, type of language here. My experience. This is showing me my current job, where I'm currently working at, and it's showing me information about that job. So I have listed Pennsylvania Academy of Family Physicians, my title here, how long I've been there, and the information about what I do or what PFP is about. Honors and awards that I have won associated with this job. I can click that and show the 2 Marcom awards that have been part of this position. I can see a course that I've taken that is in lieu for this position. And I can see also a recommendation from someone that I work with at that job. So Brian Peach wrote a recommendation for me, and I can click to view that down below under recommendations. And as you can see, I have 1 recommendation from a colleague at work, and I have 2 from my school that I went to in Philadelphia. So as you can see, there's a whole section for recommendations, received recommendations, and then also given recommendations. I have written a lot of recommendations for people, a lot of interns and other professionals in the graphic design field, and I can click here and I can see all the recommendations that I have given to others as well. Having recommendations are really helpful, as physicians, as having good recommendations to for your professional professional work is imperative, and giving recommendations too is also something that you want to to give to others, so that it lets them know that you're still part of their professional development. So that is my About section. Here's my Experience section. This is listing all of my previous work history, my freelance, where I work at, places I had worked at previously before coming to PAFP. If I happen to have worked for a company that has a company page, you'll see their logo show up, and I could click there to go to their company page. Here's some of the volunteer experiences and causes, just things that I'm a part of that I volunteer my time for, and also courses, which relates differently from education, secondary education, colleges, technical school, things of that nature. Coursework is something that's a little bit different. I have listed some of the online courses that I've taken that are not part of an accredited system. So I can list some of the coursework that I've done here. Projects are kind of like one-off things that you've been part of. Maybe you were a part of the, coming up with a Kickstarter project. Maybe you were part of some sort of project that's not part of work, and you can actually attach people to that project and say that we all helped with putting in more information on. As you can see, you can click on More, and it'll show you all the information that's about it here. Organizations are things that I'm part of, actually professional organizations that I'm a part of. As you see, most of them are design related, but as physicians, you're probably part of many different organizations. Maybe you serve on a board, maybe you serve on the board for PAFP, maybe you are a fellow of the American Academy of Family Physicians, maybe you serve on multiple things. So this is something that's actually really important to fill out as a physician for your own credentials and on your own professional organizations that you were part of as well. So this section is actually pretty handy. You can list what your title is and what functions you have with that organization and how long you've been with them. Honors and awards are things that you've been recognized for from different juried awards, or you've been honored by various different groups. It is what it sounds like. It's honors and awards, pretty straightforward. And you can put information about what the award is, how it was attained, what your entry was, whatever it is. You can put the name of the award, who the person who's giving the award is, and then the year and the date of when you actually received the award. So you can see that I have not listed the year for the Marcom Award here. So I can view that and tie that back to Pennsylvania Academy of Family Physicians, and that will actually show up under my experience then. So that is under honors and awards. And I have additional honors and awards I can list as well. And this is just stuff that doesn't really fit into any other category. Languages is very important as well. You can list any languages that you also know, and that's very helpful for a lot of different industries that work in have multinational offices. You want to list languages that you know. Also very important as a physician, if you are bilingual or multilingual, you can also list that you know different languages. And as you know, as a physician, having the ability to speak in different languages greatly enhances your ability to give quality care to patients. Publications, anything that you have been a part of, either as an author, as a researcher, or part of some sort of publication process, maybe a scientific journal, you can list what your contribution to that has been. And as you can see, publications, languages, awards, organizations, projects, courses, all this stuff was the optional things that LinkedIn lets you fill out information. It's not required. All you basically have to do is put in some experience, some education, and an About You section. As you can see, I keep scrolling up and down here pretty fast, but there's a lot of information in here. So you spend a good bit of time actually creating your LinkedIn profile. And the thing about LinkedIn is that your information here is kept within LinkedIn. It's not sold out to third parties. And the idea, since LinkedIn is a professional network, there's a little bit more discernment about what types of things are posted in here. So, you can feel a little bit more safer about putting more information on LinkedIn compared to other public social media networks. So here we're down to skills and expertise. Skills and expertise is what I'd shown you in the previous one, where you start typing in something that dynamically thinks that, oh, you mean this. So then people can be endorsed for their skills and expertise. So, for example, I've been endorsed several times for web design and graphic design. I can then go to other people's profiles and endorse them. So let me do that. I'm going to click on my good friend Dave here. I'm going to view his profile. And I'm on his profile now, and I can read everything about his work, and I can endorse him. So I'm going to click on endorse. And what happens then is he's got another endorsement, and it says my name is listed right here. So we're going to go back to my profile, and that's how skills and endorsements work. And scroll down a good bit here. Education is showing the latest education I've had and all the different schools I've been a part of, different activities and societies that I've been a part of. And then here's the additional information, because we don't have enough on here about myself. Just different things I'm interested in, more personal information. I like a lot of different games and music and drumming, birth date, marital status, and just advice for contacting me. And then below that, recommendations, connections. You can see all 427 people that I'm currently connected with, the different groups that I'm a part of that I participate in conversations with, the different people, influencers and news resources that I'm following, and also the companies that I'm following, and then also the schools that I'm following. So that is a lot of information that I just went over in about 11 minutes. So the idea is join LinkedIn, come to my profile, and just take a look at it. I have one of the more filled out profiles around, and this will give you an idea as to how to set up your own profile. So you can use mine as just as a guide on how you want to set things up, and you can always ask me by emailing me or sending me a message on here some best practices. But this is a good example of one that is very filled out with a lot of information. So that is a good filled out personal LinkedIn profile page.